At the White House this morning. Tom, you and I just talking before show. Trump signed more than 200 executive actions yesterday, which really sets the tone for his second term. What more do we know about what all he signed?
Well, think back to the 2024 election, Markie. The biggest issues that rose, into the minds of voters, things like the border and the energy, and President Donald Trump really addressing those issues head on, declaring a national emergency at the border to potentially deploy troops to the border to stop migrant crossings, and even declaring drug cartels in Mexico as foreign terrorist organizations. But like I said, this also applied to energy policy here in the country, with President Donald Trump offering and ordering changes on energy policy, boosting oil and gas drilling, including at a contentious wildlife refuge area in Alaska. Opponents have worried that could impact animals like grizzly bears and polar bears in those areas. But supporters say the refuge is a key source of oil, and more drilling could help the local economy. The president's saying it's time to utilize American energy and sell it to other countries. But President Trump also signed orders eliminating the electric vehicle mandate put in place by President Biden, targeting efficiency rules for home appliances, and pulling the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement. So again, all sorts of executive orders to keep in mind after the first 12 hours, not even the first 24 hours of President Donald Trump's term, Markie. Some of them also on the little bit of the vague side, including, implementing an America First policy at the State Department, as well as ending the weaponization of the federal government. But again, over 200 executive orders in the first 12 hours of the Trump presidency, Markie.
Yeah, it's just remarkable. He wasted no time yesterday. Tom, what about the promises the president made about overhauling the federal workforce?
Yeah, absolutely. Some big changes announced through the executive orders with all this, including requiring federal employees to come into the office and, to end remote work. So, again, this was one of a number of changes in relation to the federal workforce. He also issued an executive order freezing all federal hiring. The president's saying he wants to ensure the federal government hires competent people. The freeze, we will note, does not apply to the military or areas like national security. But again, these executive orders covered a wide range of areas, including delaying that enforcement of the TikTok ban for 75 days. And also, like you said earlier in the show, Markie, one that had some people talking on social media, renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. So a lot of different issues part of this.
Yeah, that got a lot of play yesterday, as did, the tech billionaires were there. Elon Musk was front and center. And Tom, we've already seen the administration get sued over the creation of Doge. I mean, what other legal hurdles could the president face as he tries to put his agenda into place here?
Well, look no further than birthright citizenship. And for our viewers at home who might not necessarily know the intricacies of that, basically what that entails is that, if an illegal immigrant gives birth to a child in the United States, that grants United States citizenship to that child. But President Trump he issued an executive order calling for an end to birthright citizenship. But soon after that, we saw, calls to legally challenge that in court, including from, the ACLU filing a lawsuit challenging the order as unconstitutional. They say it violates the 14th Amendment. For a little bit of history, that granted citizenship to freed slaves back in the Civil War era. It reads, quote, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdictions thereof are citizens of the United States. And just for some perspective, if our viewers are wondering just how many children fall under that birthright citizenship category, well, Pew Research Center did a study back in 2022, and it found that 4.4 million children under the age of 18 here in the United States live with an undocumented parent. So again, that could cause a very big impact all across the country, Markie.
Yeah, it makes you also wonder what's coming today on day 2 now. Tom Dempsey live from the White House. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.